Wow. Tomodachi life. What a great... Let me check. It's been a while. 12 years ago? God, I'm old now. I remember finding out about this game by a playthrough of one of my childhood favorite YouTubers ever, Munching Orange, and his friend, Sully Pone's Let's Play of Molly Island, and it will always be so nostalgic for me. Same for the Swimming Bird Let's Play, if anybody else remembers that guy. And with Tomodachi Life, the living dream, being announced for 2026, I have been having the yearly hungry desire to go back and play the 3DS version. Genuinely, next to Pokemon White 2, this is probably my favorite game of all time. I remember making small comics based off me and my cousin Caleb's islands, like this one.
Breaking news. You're watching Me News. All of Caleb's lookalikes, Islanders, have died. We asked some Islanders on their facts on the matter.
I knew something felt different.
I blame Smash Bros. 3DS.
Where he stopped playing, leaving his island to rot, and I tried to guilt trip him into playing it. My art style has always been heavily based off the Mii's. Like this very old drawing is how I always drew myself as a kid. Even though my cousin stopped playing the game alongside me, I always could count on my little sister. Whenever either of us would get a spontaneous urge to boot up our islands again, the other, most of the time, will always do the same. I remember her childhood island was full of K-pop boys, while mine were really just whatever strange abominations I would think up that day. As example, these three. No mouth, no eyes, no nose. No Mouth was the leader, who, all canonically, only ever wore green towels. What can I say? I was a weird kid with uncontrolled autism.
That doesn't change that it's still weird.
As a child, I would use the compatibility tester constantly. Specific memories I have with the mechanic is when I put a me I made of my mom and a me of a horse. And I got a 100% soulmates on the romance rating. In my most recent island, I have added Jeff the Killer and Jane the Killer, after Dylan the Night Owl gave me a Jeff and Jane the Killer hyperfixation. And well, I'ma just let the compatibility tester speak for itself. I find it very funny how I added both Yuri and Sayori into this island, and out of everyone that they could have picked, they both can agree that Toy Chica is the greatest person to ever breathe. Just the other day, I was on a fun family trip, and I was playing on my island during our really long drives. And when I was doing my little check-ins with my Mii's, I went to go check up on Sans, and he just bluntly asks me, "My wife Mina and I haven't been getting along lately. Do you think she still loves me?" And in the car, I just bursted out laughing, since I have never seen that dialogue before.
But enough about me. Behold, me! Yeah! Yeah!
My personal me has been quite the popular guy. Stumbled his way to befriend this one girl named Mint Pompoparin, Sans Undertale, Toru from Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, becoming best friends with Darkrai, and married to Isabelle. Yeah, they both signed up for a stage play called Debt, about a poor, struggling secretary having to deal with the labors of being abandoned by the town's mayor to play in the Friday Night Smackdown with Piranha Plant, Pikachu, and Ridley. Though, when he does return, he finds the town he left behind in ruins. Very romantic, I know. So, after that, it was pretty much a fast track to marriage, with him not wanting to be left behind by his best friend, Darkrai, marrying this really tall woman named Stocking, who I am just realizing now is from that one anime. So yeah, my Mii's pretty much winning at life. Though, I'm pretty sure I did something derogatory. My Mii wanted advice on where to take Isabelle out on a date, and my first internal thought was the park, because dog woman. But hey, after that date, my Mii then said that him and Isabelle are expecting a kid. So, turns out the park was the right move. And then, he asked me to play a good old friendly game of catch. You see, this minigame has always been the bane of my existence, because how impossibly hard it is most of the... Is that a dog collar? Oh god, no, the implications. Oh, look at that, look at that. A baby's here, baby's here. I can't wait to see the bundle of joy. Put that thing back where it came from, or so help me. Oh, his name's Sophie. Cute. Anyway, transition. Look at this cookie. What a great piece of art, huh? Well, what if I told you that this cookie was actually a home-wrecking piece of art? Now, here is the lore of Mr. Cookie and his drama lifestyle. Now, Mr. Cookie has been one of my most regular me's ever since my honestly second playthrough of this game. He's been with me for a while, but God, I don't know what has happened to him, but he has become the overall villain of my island. These are all the women that he knows, such as Stocking from Panty and Stocking, Sayori from Doki Doki Literature Club, and Mina, who's just Mina. And lastly, Jane the Killer, but I made her a guy in this for fun. And then there's Darkrai again. Now, Mr. Cookie was obsessed with Stocking for so long. I would get a heart bubble on his window practically every couple hours, asking if he thinks him and Stocking would be a good couple. She was single at the time, so I said yes. Mr. Cookie then saw this as his destiny to be with the tall goth woman and would start asking her out constantly. One time, twice, at the same day. Then Stocking met Darkrai at a slam poetry reading, and they fell in love. And right before the wedding, Mr. Cookie did try and ask out Stocking again, but Darkrai came in and put him right in a whole world of nightmares for trying to steal his girl. And very soon later, the pair were wed and have a eldritch kid on the way. After he blew his shot with Stocking, he moved on to greater pastures, Mina. And, well, rinse and repeat. He would be asking me constantly if he thinks Mina and him would be a good fit. And, not really thinking much of it, I said sure. He then constantly tried to ask her out. Mina said no thank you, and soon she got with Sans. Mr. Cookie went and asked her out 4 more times, and well, let's just say after the 5th time, Sans gave Mr. Cookie a real bad time. And now, Sans and Mina are happily married. Now, this will bring us to the final chapter, for now, of Mr. Cookie's heartache of doomed romance. Before I continue, let me emphasize, this has all happened in one single day. Ahem. So, normal day, I started adding me's to my island. I really like Doki Doki Literature Club, so I added the characters I really liked, like Yuri and Sayori. Why not Natsuki and Monica? I just didn't feel like it. And right when Sayori arrived, Mr. Cookie was barking immediately, wanting to be friends with her. He then would do just as he would do earlier, and constantly asking me about her. And me, not having learned my lesson yet, encouraged him. Sayori is a very high-maintenance young lady, and well, Mr. Cookie is a very clingy guy, desperate for love. What's the worst that could happen? So eventually, he asked her out. And well, like you'd expect, rejected, because he was being pretty creepy.
You will be mine. Please accept your fate, be my little Romeo.
I'm sorry!
Mr. Cookie then, after that first rejection, Mr. Cookie then tried once more, but this time wearing his signature ninja outfit, with the idea that it would give him some extra riz with the girls, but unfortunately, that didn't help at all. I decided to leave him depressed for a couple hours as I continue checking up on all my other islanders. I see who else but Jane the Killer have a friend bubble on her window. I don't think much of it, and well, I see what she needs. And what else but she wants to become Mr. Cookie's wing woman, setting him up on a full date with Sayori. What could be better? However, Mr. Cookie is still crying over the rejection, so the date is super awkward at first. Though, with Sayori's natural kindness, once they hit the carousel, the tension is cut, and they have a pretty nice time. Though, of course, it ends in failure, as Mr. Cookie remains with absolutely zero riz, and he goes back to his apartment and cries, while eating ice cream and watching soap operas.
I may be a duchess, but I'm also a woman!
Yes! Yes! In your face, Elizabeth! It's just like my life! in a way.
After letting him learn his lesson, I decided to help deal with the constant rejection from every woman that breathes near him. He went to find himself in Peru. And while Mr. Cookie was gone, Jane the Killer, after permanently cutting ties with Jeff the Killer, made a move on Sayori, who revealed the reason she said no to Mr. Cookie was because she was gay the entire time. So, Jane the Killer and Sayori go on a date, and it's all sunshine and rainbows until Mr. Cookie comes back to the island and sees the current girl of his dreams and his closest friend and feels betrayed and attempts to make one last final move for Sayori's heart and have her all to himself. And well, as you expect, and like how everything ends the same, Sayori runs to Jane the Killer and proposes on the spot. And Mr. Cookie, who was unable to control himself at the wedding, was shaken by it. As the ceremony ended, he went to grab drinks at the bar with his first love, stalking the one who betrayed him, Jane the Killer, and his only real friend, Darkrai. The three have a wonderful time hanging out, but Mr. Cookie doesn't say a single word the entire time, just looking down at his slices of cake in despair, as he feels left behind in every relationship he has. That's what sucks about adult life. When you see all the people you grew up alongside of suddenly getting married and having kids, it's scary to see everyone but you progress in their life while you're just the same. But then, you always gotta count on the good friends that stay with you. Darkrai, being the good friend he is, hating to see Mr. Cookie depressed over another doomed romance attempt, manages to get him a date with this one girl on the island named Nancy. She did mug me once for $30, but she's alright. And though it didn't blossom into anything more than a one-night stand, he appreciated her time. Even with the attempts of Darkrai, Mr. Cookie wasn't too much of a negative headspace. So he goes where he can let it all out, all his feelings at once, vent about his frustrations with all these women in his life that reject him. Enjoy his debut concert.
Oh, what have I done? My fantasy came undone. In this cafe, I cry alone. I need a lover of my own. No, wait, I'll be okay with this. This is nothing. Even if it's alone, I'll be okay with it.
During his concert, there were a few notable figures as his background dancers. Of course, I was there, helping a bro out. Then Lily showed up as a last-second fill-in due to this one girl named Michaela catching a cold that's been spreading out through the apartment complex recently. Standing beside her is me and Isabel's half-human, half-dog person, hybrid daughter, Sophie. Following such is another dog named Popperin, who's just one of Mr. Cookie's friends. Following him is Jeff the Killer. We ran out of suits in the back, so unfortunately, we had to give him that dress. And finally, the woman who was Mr. Cookie's first love, stalking. Even if things got rocky, she was very happy to support this new path in her friend's life for him to walk. And that new path, Mr. Cookie did walk. Gave it some time, and well, a few more people noticed that too. And I was even more surprised to see who really took interest in Mr. Cookie's new path he's following.
I have feelings for Mr. Cookie. I've got to tell him.
Yeah, that's right. Jeffrey the Killer Woods was mad crushing on Mr. Cookie, and he was able to gather the courage to ask him out with a killer pickup line.
There is a reason you can't get laid, Jeff. Be gay and love me. Sure. want you to have this.
It was cold medicine.
However, unfortunately, if we have learned anything about Mr. Cookie's life, is that it is a hectic drama, and the show must go on. You all remember that one girl he had a fling with, Nancy? Well, she's getting kind of hungry for more cookies, but this time wants to make it exclusive. She asks Mr. Cookie to meet her in the park, the exact same place where Jeff the Killer asked him out just a few days ago. And she has the nerve to tell him this.
Don't settle for Jeff the Killer. I love you.
I'm sorry.
How rude. Mr. Cookie also thought she was pretty rude about it, but he did remember that great night they spent together. And just knowing a woman wanted him after all that rejection from those who came before, it did make him feel pretty good. But sadly, he was already in a committed relationship with Jeff the Killer, so he had to politely turn her down and runs back into the arms of Jeff the Killer, leaving Nancy behind. But Mr. Cookie and Jeff the Killer did have a great few weeks together as a couple, but just didn't click in the long run. And that spark inevitably died, ending in a polite breakup. So, Mr. Cookie was once again on the market and just really hating to be single in his late 20s. He remembered Nancy's interest and, well, shot his shot, putting on his Sunday best tweed suit and took her out drinking at the bar, knowing she's a big party girl.
If you go out with me, I'll buy you coffee every morning. Coffee and a muffin.
I'm sorry.
But even if time has passed, Nancy isn't just going to throw herself at Mr. Cookie. So, she shoots him down immediately. Mr. Cookie gets super depressed again. But no, he thought this time would finally be different. He's changed. It cannot end this way. But luckily, someone is there to catch him as he falls, before Mr. Cookie decides to stoop back in his old ways. Pom-Popperin decides to play a little bit of matchmaker. He knows Nancy has a massive crush on Mr. Cookie, but is still mad that she put herself out there not once, but twice. First, as just a casual fling, but then once more, offering her heart instead, and Mr. Cookie shot her down. Pom-Popperin knows that to get another chance, Mr. Cookie needs to show determination and be a man. March over to her apartment door and ask her out one more time. And well, he takes Pom-Popperin's advice, and let's see how it goes together.
I had the best time today.
Me too. Let's hang out again soon. My little plan worked.
He frickin' did it. Mr. Cookie has finally gotten himself a girlfriend. Oh, and what's that I hear going on in the concert hall? Let's head over real quick.
Maybe I'm single. Stalking Minnesota or Jeff. Wish we could hold hands forever.
Maybe I could. Yes. Maybe you are tasty. Maybe
I really like you. But how can we now?
we've already fought.
Damn you right. That's scared.
Hello, you're watching Me News, and we at the station are very proud to say that this episode is brought to you by the Wheel Association. After a tremendously hard effort, they finally have reached their goal of 1,104 signatures to now make July 28th National Wheel Appreciation Day. Here's one of our field anchors with more insight on this great invention. Yeah, I kind of found 4 wheels, put them on this guy, and we take off.
I think I need to see more before I invest in the potential of that wheel.
If you think that's crazy, you should see what my grandpa made.
I'll take 20 of them.
This has been your 6 o'clock Me News. I have been Spark Saturn. Thank you for watching. Before we wrap up, here's just some other stuff going on in the island. I put my little sister, Ivy, in a banana suit.
Hell's that all about? Inside joke.
Stalking and Darkrai had their daughter, Toy Chica, kept begging me to send her and Mangle out on a trip to the Switzerland. Then, not even a moment after they got back, Toy Chica asked to go on another trip with Mangle, but this time to Germany. Mr. Cookie took Nancy out to the amusement park and even invited Jane the Killer and Sayori. Made it a double date. I'm really glad to see the waters have calmed, even though all the countless drama that has happened between these people. We have new arrivals to the island: Cynthia, Gordon Ramsay, and Freddy Fazbear. My personal me wanted to make a new special friend.
I want to be friends with Slenderman.
I went to check the ratings board, and well, my personal me got a 95% compatibility rating with not just Sayori, but also Yuri. And to make things even better for myself, he has a 100% friendship compatibility rating with Naruto Uzumaki. So yeah, just add that to the ever-growing list of W's for me to claim. However, when I went to check out the boy charm rating, I was surprised, not once but twice, seeing that the most desired boy on my island is Jeffy, this cute little abomination freak gremlin I made. Same time, he did bag Toru as a wife, so by association, that's just like a truck ton of bragging rights right there. It helps as Toru is also the second most popular resident on the island. But when I went to see the last place, however, yeah, yikes, my dude. Mr. Cookie, this hurts to look at. I didn't even know you could get negative points in this game. My top rankings on Splurge and Pampered make sense. Gotta make sure I'm a good husband. When I went back to see more compatibility rankings, as they're my favorite part of the game, I was surprised to see Jeff the Killer and Slenderman got a big 91% chance. So hey, maybe that super proxy theory wasn't that off the table as we all hoped. But unfortunately, Jeff the Killer and my sister Ivy scored some of the lowest potential ratings out of my entire island. How sad. Well, that was certainly fun. Even after 12 years, this is still one of my most favorite games ever made of all time. What's your guys' favorite memories of Tomodachi life? Let me know in the comments below. And remember, the next time a sentient cookie asks you out, I recommend just getting a restraining order before it blows itself up into something big. Not everyone is like stalking. It has an eldritch horror they call a boyfriend to put the creep in his place. See you.